Okay, so thank you so very much. This is Goldfish Purpose Math Online. So this is my YouTube channel. So if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so, so that YouTube can be able to send you a notification whenever I try and upload a new video. Okay, so in today's presentation, we'll be looking at coordinate geometry. Okay, so now under this coordinate geometry, there are three important questions which they normally ask. So it's very much important that you know them before you enter into an examination room. Okay, so the first question which they normally ask under coordinate geometry is how you come up with the gradient, like the way this one is, the gradient of the line, rather than just the gradient, not necessarily the gradient of the line. The second one is how you come up with the equation. Okay, so it can be the equation of the line or the equation of the straight line, just one and the same thing. Okay, the third thing which they normally ask is how you come up with the distance. Okay, so now let's try and answer some questions now. So the gradient of the line joining the points, all these they are questions that are coming from 2017. Okay, so these are paper 1 questions. So the gradient of the line joining the points negative 2k and k negative 14 is 2. So here the main thing that we need to know is this is our gradient. Our gradient there will be given. Okay, so now the question is saying we find the value of k, which is k and also k there. Okay, so what's the formula for the gradient? So the formula for gradients is m, capital letter M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is our formula for the gradient. So now it's very much important that we start by listing or rather trying to describe the coordinates that we have. Okay, so let's try and get the coordinates that we have. So these are our coordinates. Okay, these are our coordinates. So we're having this one our coordinates A and also our coordinates B. So I'll name this one as my x1, this is my y1, my x2, my y2, my y2. So this is my first coordinate, this is my second coordinate. And I'm saying this is my x1, my y1, this is my x2, my y2. This is my first coordinate, my second coordinate. So there's a 2, there's a 1. So my first coordinate and also my second coordinate there. All right. So now let's try and this is our formula for the gradient. So what's our gradient? Our gradient we've been given already in the question, or rather the statement. Okay. So with our gradient it's a 2. What's my y2? My y2 is negative 14. Negative 14. There's a minus here. I'm going to put the minus here. What's my y1? My y1 is k over x2. What's my x2? My x2 is k minus. What's my x1? My x1 is negative 2. Like this. Okay, so from here it's very much simple now for me to play with it mathematically, whereby I'm just going to say 2 is equal to negative 14 minus k over what's negative times negative, it's a positive, so I'm going to have a k plus 2 like this. So this is what I'm going to have. So I'm having an equal sign here. So whenever you have an equal sign, you have to multiply. Okay, whenever you're having an equal sign, you have to multiply. Let me just try and erase this part so that I remain with much space from here. Okay. So I'm going, and since I'm finding the value of k now, I'm finding the value of k. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 is going to multiply with everything from here. So it's like those single fraction stuffs. Okay. So 2 times k, I'm going to have a 2k. So I'm going to say 2k. 2 times k, I'm going to have a 2k. 2 times 2, I'm going to have a positive 4. Okay, is equal to, it's equal to everything. So in short, I'm having a division 1 here. 1 times everything from here, I'm going to have everything from this side. So negative 14 minus k, like this. Okay, I'll say equals, let me just try and erase this part. I can have enough space here. Okay, my eraser is somehow misbehaving. All right, so from here, from this part now, I'm going to group the like tables, whereby those ones with k, I'm going to put them separately, and those ones without k, I'm going to put them separately. So I'm going to start with those ones that are having k. So I'm going to say 2k, 2k. I'm having a k here. This is a negative. Whenever it crosses the equation, it's going to be a positive. So plus k is equal to, I'm remaining with negative 14 here. So this is a positive. Whenever it crosses the equation, it's going to be a negative, minus 4. Such that 2k plus k, I'm going to have a 3k is equal to negative 14 minus 4. I'm going to say negative and negative is a positive, so we add and then I'll maintain the sign of a bigger number there. So 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I'm going to have negative 18. So since I'm finding the value of k, I'm going to divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 2, such that this and this they will go. K is equal to, how many times can 3 go into 8? So say 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, something like 6. Yeah, it's 6. So this is my value of k. Okay, so my k is 6. So say my k is 6. Okay, so this is how you come up with the value of k. So if you want, if at all you want to prove it that what you are doing it's okay, what you are doing is wrong, you can try and prove. Try and put 6 here. You also try and put 6 here. We see if at all we're going to come up with these two. It's very, very important that you prove your work. I love proving in mathematics. Everything about life is all about proving. Even in a relationship, it's very much important that you prove if at all your partner loves you or not. All right, let's proceed. So that was our first solution. So say k is equal to 6 as the answer. Okay, let's now go to the second part. Okay, so this is a coordinate geometry. Very, very simple topic, more especially when you know what you're doing. Okay, the diagram below shows the Cartesian plane with points A6. Sorry, just unfortunate that I didn't draw the diagram, but what's on the diagram, these are the points which are denoted from there. Okay, so find the gradient. Okay, so it's just the simplest thing again. So the gradient, I've shown you how you come up with the gradient. So just for formality's sake, say gradient m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, such that m is equal to, so which gradient are we finding for which points, a and b? So we are finding the gradient for this and this. Okay, so those are the points that we're using to come up with the gradient. So this is my coordinate 1, this is my coordinate 2. Okay, so I will say this is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. Okay, like that. It's very much important that you start to name your coordinates like that, for you not to be making small mistakes. Okay, so what's my y2? My y2 is 0, so m is equal to 0 minus, what's my y1? My y1 is 6. What's my x2? My x2, oh here it's y2, yeah, y2, oh y2 is negative 2, yeah, sorry about that. My y2 is a 0, my y2 is a 0. Oh, this thing is behaving, the magnets are misbehaving in my eraser. Okay, so my y2 is a negative 2, yeah, sorry about that. My y2 is negative 2 minus this this is the minus, which is the, what's my y1? My y1 is 6, it's 6 like this. Okay, what's my x2? My x2 is 0 minus, what's my x1? It's 6 like this. So m is equal to negative 2 minus 6, I'm going to come up with a negative 8. Okay, 0 minus 6, I'm going to come up with negative 6. So m is equal to negative and negative, they will go. Okay, so I will say, let me look for a number which can go in here and here without leaving any remainder. So the number is let me say this one. Let me try and break this one. This one I'm going to say 4. Yeah, this one I'm going to say, how many times can 2 go into 8? Go 4 times. How many times can 2 go into 6? It's going to go 3 times. So I'm going to have 4 over 2. So this is my gradient, 4 over 2. Okay, so this is my gradient here, 4 over 2. Okay, the gradient AB Let me try and see something here. Yeah, this is my gradient 4/2. Okay, let's now move. So this is how you come up with a gradient, as simple as that. Okay, let's now go to the next question. Okay, the equation of the line CD. The equation of so the formula for the equation of the line is y is equal to mx plus c. So this is the formula whenever you want to come up with the equation of the line, where this is the y, this m is simply means the gradient. Okay, this c is a constant. Okay, so y and x, these are just like from the coordinates. Okay, so what's my y? So before you start replacing, now it's very much important that since this is my gradient, you need to find the gradient first. Okay, you need to come up with the gradient. So which gradient are we finding? The gradient for CD. Okay, the gradient for CD. So what's our code? CD, which is this one and this one. Right. Let's try and identify the points there. Okay, so this is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. Okay, so I'll say m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What's my x2? My x2 is 6. No, my y2 is 0. 0 minus what's my y1? My y1 is 6, like this. What's my x2? My x2 is 6 minus what's my x1? My x1 is 0. Okay, so 0 minus 6, I'm going to say negative 6. 6 minus 0 is 6. Negative 6 divided by 6, I'm going to have m is equal to negative 1. So my gradient here is negative 1. Okay, so the gradient here is negative 1. Okay, so now this negative 1, I'm going to replace it here where there is m. Okay, try and erase this part. Okay, so say y is equal to mx plus c, like this. What's my y? My y, I'm going to pick this coordinate. My y it's 6. Okay, so I'm going to put a 6 here is equal to m. What's my m? The m, which is the gradient that we found there, which is a negative 1. Negative 1. X, what's my x? My x there is 0. Okay, plus c. So we are finding the one which is constant, which is c. Okay, so 6 is equal to negative 1 times 0, it's 0 plus c. So 6 is equal to c. Then now we conclude saying y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, so say y is equal to, what's my m? My m was negative 1, so negative 1x. So but just let me just say negative x plus c. Okay, since plus c is equal to 6, so I'm going to say 6. So this is the equation of the line CD, as simple as this. Okay, so please, if at all there are questions, you can put them in the comment box. Okay, let's now look at the distance, which is AB. Okay, so these are questions under coordinate geometry, one of the simplest topics in mathematics. Okay, so the distance AB. So the formula for distance is equal to the square root of x squared minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 close bracket squared. So this is the formula whenever you are coming up with the distance. Okay, so the square root of x2 minus x1 close the bracket squared there plus open bracket y2 minus y1 close the bracket and then a square there. So it's very much important that you name your coordinates before you start solving. So which distance are we finding? AB. We are finding this distance AB, which is this one. Okay, so now let's use this information which is here, then we replace. Okay, so we say AB. So what's my x2? My x2 is 0. So we say distance is equal to what's my x2? My x2 is 0 minus what's my x1? My x1 is 6 squared plus what's my y2? My y2 is negative 2 minus what's my y1? My y1 is 6. Close the bracket. Okay, so distance is equal to 0 minus 6, it's negative 6 squared plus negative 2 minus 6, I'm going to say negative 8, it's negative 8 squared. Okay, so distance is equal to negative 6, the meaning is negative 6 times negative 6, so 6 times 6, 36 plus 8 times 8 is 64. So distance is equal to 36 plus 64 is 100. So now what's the square root of 100, which is 10? So distance is 10 units. So this is how you solve the questions under coordinate geometry. So that's how you come up with the gradient. That's also how you come up with the equation of the line. That's also how you come up with the distance. Okay, it's very, very simple. So it's very, very much important that you know these topics before you enter an examination room. Otherwise, it can be very, very, very much detrimental for you to be in an examination room without you knowing any of the 3 questions which normally comes under the coordinate geometry. So thank you so very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the video so that YouTube can be able to notify you whenever you try and upload a new video. Thank you.